All right, we are back with episode 3 of Creators React for Dark Ages.
Yes.
Colin, we are gonna jump right into it.
Yep.
We're gonna start with Kade,
Yes.
age 12 from Edmonton, a returning champion. Thank you for coming back. Now, Kade took us on a different direction, and we're gonna...
Different universe even.
Different universe. So Dark Age might be, to some people, a play on words. So it could be something that maybe the humans fell to a dark age where there's no power, because really the dark ages was before power and things, you know, power, magic, all that stuff was happening. So this one is a secret alien weapon that somebody may have run into. Definitely looks like the humans went through some bad times and they could have ran into some alien technology that could potentially save Earth. I'm not sure. Kade, this is definitely a different direction.
Maybe the secret alien weapon was the cause of the Dark Ages at this point.
See, that's a good one too. I'm not sure. Kade, next time, I'm not sure if I read it in the email, but let us know. I mean, you're more than welcome to submit a video. We don't review videos here, but I would definitely love to post it on our stories. But yeah, like a 1-minute video explaining. This would be awesome. But next one.
Next we have Kanesh, age 13 from Malaysia, the Avengers facing Dark Ages. Chris, you know a little bit more about what's happening here, so maybe you can give the backstory and then I will give my take on the build.
Yeah, sure. So another different direction. Dark Ages to Kanesh was when the Avengers lost for the first time. So like they lost in Endgame, now they lost again to another really strong bad guy called Thundercracker. So that's his interpretation of Dark Ages.
Interesting. So it's kind of cool to see people take the title in different ways. We obviously think of something when we make the titles, but we never fully can guess all the ways that people might interpret it. So it is kind of fun to see that. So the scene is pretty cool. So it has a lot of battles going on. So there's obviously a tower on the left-hand side as well as the right-hand side. It looks like the one on the right has been mostly destroyed. There's a lot of debris and pieces that are laying around. You can see all the minifigs of the different characters for the Avengers throughout the build. This is the Avengers Tower, it looks like, on the right-hand side there as well, so that's been destroyed. I'm not sure if that's canon to the actual scene of this particular, you know, point in the lore.
Right.
But overall, pretty cool. Again, there's a lot going on in terms of the build. Most of it is sort of the idea that it's their loss and this building has been destroyed, and so you can sort of kind of feel and understand the pain they've gone through and how that is to them the Dark Ages. So that's pretty cool.
So the next one, we got Kyle, age 17, USA. Now, man, I like how we're progressively taking different interpretations.
Yeah, the first three have all been completely different.
Yeah, so this one, once again, Dark Ages, but this is the Den of the Dungeon Master. If you guys know Dungeons & Dragons, the Dungeon Master would be the person reading and telling the story.
Basically creating the story in the world.
Exactly, and Kyle is a huge D&D fan, and the fact that he took us into another world, basically into a setting where him and his friends come out, have fun, and play D&D, and the world is immersive itself. The vignette or the scene itself is what they're talking about. One of them is a dwarf, one of them is an orc, one of them is a knight, a wizard. They're all kind of talking about this dark age story, and that's what Dungeons & Dragons is all about. It's about creating a story with your friends and talking about like those dark times.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that there's so many things to unpack here. Lots of detailing, crystal ball, lamp, but you can see the transition from reality to Dark Age.
Yeah.
And that was, I actually really like this build. So Kyle, awesome job. I think this is like not your first time coming to us, but thank you for sharing your passion, and we really hope that you've been enjoying these builds, these contests. So thanks for coming back, man.
Next we have Larry, age 16, USA, Knight of the Living Catapult. Knight of the Living Catapult, so it's a little bit of a play on words on Knight and Knight with a K. Really cool, again, nice simplistic scene. I get to talk about all the simplistic vignettes, which is fun because they're one of my favorites. In the background we have a cool little wavy tree, simple scenery. There is a knight who has a bit of ammunition, it looks like, potentially some some carved out stones or some broken boulders that are used. And then we have this catapult, which is sort of the twist on the entirety of it, is it's not just a catapult. It's a living catapult, so you can see that it has eyes, it has a mouth, it has like biological features to it, like the sharp teeth. So it probably would have worked really well with our shark teeth theme as well.
The same thing.
And yeah, the way he built the catapult itself is very cool. It's very satisfying. It's compact, but it looks sturdy. It looks menacing. It also looks incredibly functional, which I think he actually showcased in a video he sent us, where the catapult was actually utilized, and he showed the function for us. So all in all, Larry, again, another great build from you. We've seen you a couple times now. So this one we really enjoyed, especially bringing an inanimate object to life, which is something that could definitely fit into like a fantasy style Dark Ages world. So
Play on words though.
and the play on words is always appreciated.
All right, so the next one, man, I get to talk about the complicated ones on this one. Matthew, age 16, returning champion from season 1, Spaceship, Fire Nation Fortress. Fire Nation, if I recall, would be from Last Airbender.
Yeah.
And this, man, this is a magnificent, elegant build. You got this fortress, as well as it looks like a shrine right next to it. The green, the landscape, and the rock work is so satisfying. I'm not sure what type of scale this is. It looks like it's not, it could be micro scale, just because we're trying to make this feel a little bit bigger. You got really nice trees. You got that. I'm just so satisfied with the rock work. The transition from rock all the way to forest and all the shrubbery. Really well done. Oh, it's minifig scale. So I guess inside is a minifig scale, where outside is almost like a different scale altogether, yeah. I suppose. Now it does have Ninjago figures. So Fire Nation, I'm not sure if that was from Ninjago. I'm not very familiar with it, but there are some things, some level of detail that's inside. There is a story, but overall, like, he really nailed the whole Fire Nation shrine, and even his background, his house, works really well with this build. Like, this overall is a fantastic build. The stairs, man, like, Matthew, thanks for coming back, man. This is like a very satisfying build.
I wish you were in Alberta, Canada, so we could have you drop this off at BuildCon August 28th to 30th, because we would love to look at this in person. Make a video. We want to see more detail.
Matthew, like, keep coming back. We hope to see you build something for this week's challenge, Bump in the Night, due this Sunday.
Yes.
All right.
So we have an alarm going off, first of all. So we have Matthias and Winston, age 10 and age 7, from Calgary, and this is the Little Kingdom. So that's kind of a cute name. So you can see that it is kind of like a small kingdom. So there's a bunch of little pieces of detail that we can go into. So we have our main center figure in the middle of what looks like this kingdom. There's a pathway just off behind them that leads to a cannon. And then there are these pillars. I'm not sure if the pillars are supposed to represent their own individual little buildings, or if maybe in the grand scheme of things, there would actually be something built on top of that. But for the picture, obviously we want to be able to see inside. So that might be something that they thought of as well. Again, you can let us know in the comment section below. But we have some, I guess that would be like part of like a castle, or maybe it's like a watchtower of some sort.
I think so.
Or maybe a guard tower.
Yep.
There's a ladder on the side for them to be able to climb on up to. There's also, I'm gonna say it's like on the left, is that a vehicle of some sort that's like docked? Maybe it's like a boat on the water.
Yeah, I think
that he just didn't have the blue pieces to be able to represent the water itself. And so he used the carpet or the non-green pieces to show that that is a boat that was docked. So overall, very cool. A lot going on for a little kingdom. So really appreciate the build, both Matthias, and Winston. So again, thank you so much for the submission. It was really great that we got to review this one.
So the next one is Nathan, age 20, USA, Kirin the Esper. This is from Final Fantasy 6. And man, Matthew, you really have a way with Bionicle.
Nathan.
And just the way,
Nathan.
Oh, I'm sorry. Nathan. My apologies. So anyways, you have a really good way of putting those pieces together, especially like how you integrate Bionicle with Lego system. It's overall like there's so many little things that we can pull out, and I don't know how you do it.
It's organics.
It's so good. Yeah, the way it flows and just, I don't know. I don't know how to even begin to wrap my mind on how we started this. Is there a way you can do like a BTS or like how to put this together? Because I want to learn. Like Nathan, you are such an amazing builder. I can't even describe what I'm seeing here other than the creature Kirin with all the work. Like that's a lot of golden hands, robot arms. You got a lot of vines. You use a lot of robot arms on this one, and it's just awesome. And you can tell that it can pose too. So man, like, oh wow, see, it's so well balanced.
There's so much dynamic to
That's Nathan. I'm sorry for calling you Michael.
You called him Matthew.
Oh my God, we're having to cut the whole thing. So Nathan, fantastic build. I'm sorry, I'm just in awe and shock of your build. Thank you for submitting this time around.
Also a previous winner.
And a previous winner as
Jellyfish. Again, his organic work is amazing, which is probably one of the toughest things to do in Lego. Can't wait for next week. I gotta see what he can do for next week.
It's true. We got Nikko next.
Nikko, age 16 from Calgary. I'm glad I get to speak about this one. If you guys don't know, I really love Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, that whole universe and world. So it's really fun to see not only this build, but we got some Gimli and some Urukai as well thrown into this this week. So that's always fun. This is the Warg ambush scene from the books and movies, where Bilbo and the dwarves had to escape up the trees as the wargs came to ambush them. So that is the depiction here. As you can see, we have all the minifigures representing each of the characters. I'm not going to try and name them all because it gets a little bit silly, but it's cool. It's a really cool scene. Definitely something that I didn't think of that someone would have built. But it definitely falls within that Dark Ages sort of feel and theme. The whole Lord of the Rings universe, I guess you can kind of throw in there.
For sure.
That fantasy world fits really well. But overall, super cool. Great to see. Again, if you guys haven't seen that scene or read that part in the book of The Hobbit, definitely go back and watch it. You'll appreciate this even more. But overall, thank you so much, Nikko. I appreciate anything Lord of the Rings or Hobbit related, and I'm glad that I got to speak about it.
Since you're in Calgary, be sure to drop this off at BuildCon, please.
Don't take it apart. If you can keep it together and come drop it off at BuildCon.
All right, so we got Niteesh from Malaysia, age 9, Temple of Jewels. Niteesh and Kanesh are brothers, so they looks like they use some of the similar figures, very Ninjago inspired. So ninjas, yeah, it is a little bit Dark Ages. I'll let it pass because
it's Dark Ages of a different
country.
A different country, so it makes sense.
So yeah, we got a temple, we got mechs that's battling as well, and you have a shrine in the middle. So lots of exciting battles. That shrine is pretty wicked. I'm not sure if that's it looks like, I don't know, I think it could be a Lego set, but part of a Lego set. Overall, that looks like a fantastic build. You got some wicked battle scenes with all the fire blast and ice blasts happening. So well done, Niteesh. You nailed it. Dark Ages in a different country. Japan? It'd be... yeah.
I'm not sure that, like, Ninjago kind of like borderline China, Japan in terms of like the lore they use. So it's kind of weird.
So other than that, we got last one.
Yeah, our last one is Roy, age 39 from BC, Canada. This is Scorpion's Gate. So this is like, I guess the front of a fortress perhaps, or maybe this is like the Black Gates of Mordor where it's wedged in between some mountain and it's like the only path through. I'm not 100% sure. Roy, you'll have to give us the details onto what you were thinking there. But this is the Scorpion Gate. So as you can see, there's a Scorpion sigil. The people inside, that must be their logo or their sigil. A really cool helm piece on the front. Do you know what that's from? Is that?
So this is I believe this is part of the Lego Knights set, and this is a classic bad guy.
Okay, it's just really cool. That big metal-looking piece. The color scheme is really cool as well. Very dark, dark black, and then just uses the red as highlight. It seems very ominous to me. There's some skulls next to the gates, or next to the doors rather, and then you have everyone on like the upper level that are guarding them, or guarding whatever might be behind, whether it's the rest of the castle or whether it's the pathway that leads through. And it looks like the doors in the last picture here have opened up, and we have some warriors ready to charge out and defend their castle or their gates.
Well, that's it for this video, guys. If you guys are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up for any of the builds that you guys liked in this one. Comment section down below. And yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed this video. Time for the next one.
See you in the next one.